vediamo se siamo online. Che succede, no? Ok, we are live. Great. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today we are having our first live session for the project of Civic Innovation School. And it's an idea that came up from many experiences we are having, connecting spaces and persons around the ambience of Civic Wise, but also outside. So we are starting to develop this idea, and we want to start to open it and to make it bigger as a big network of around the civic innovation and collective intelligence and open design. So, ciao Saverio, ciao Elisa.
Hello everybody.
Saverio is connecting from Rome, right?
More or less.
More or less. Elisa, ¿de dónde te conectas tú?
Mexico City.
Mexico City. Okay, great.
What time is there?
It's 12 past 29.
Okay.
Good. Time to lunch. Time to have lunch.
Yeah. No, in Mexico it's 3 and
it's Madrid
5.
style. Madrid style.
Yes. It's different.
It's only Italy that is still old school and have lunch at one.
Slow.
Okay, so we have a meeting minutes in the channel of Slack, Civic Innovation, Civic in School. And actually, we had a first session with Domenico that is not available to be present today. He can't be here, but we had this first session a few days ago to resume a little bit all the ideas and all the processes that already started for the Civic Innovation School, because actually it's a process that started a few months ago, and now we are formally giving it a shape as a big network and that can connect many places and many people around this topic. So my proposal is to have a read about that document altogether, and we can start opening topics and opening things to develop and to discuss. Why I propose this? Because when we did this work of resuming all the concepts and all the ideas, we left open many doors and many things to develop. So that's what we want to start talking together and working together. So if you agree, before building, I think we can build the agenda together right now for this session. And at the first point, I would say to read all together the document and see what's coming up and if there are points to develop for this session or the next ones. Is it okay for you guys? Okay, so I'm writing down on the agenda what we're going to do today. Living on the first session, and then another thing that I would like to propose is that is also in the text we're going to read, but I want to say it now, to start thinking, maybe already in this session, some kind of meetings that we can have, a calendar that we can have to work it out.
So a fixed day during the week.
Yeah, we will see if we want to do once a week, once a month, once every 2 weeks.
No, I mean we can use the same system of the other Hangouts every Wednesday, let's say, but one time in a week or one time in a month or something like that. Let's decide.
Ciao Lucilla.
Ciao.
Ciao! Ciao ragazzi!
Ciao.
Ciao! Piacere, Lucilla. Ciao Saverio!
Ciao.
Ciao Fra.
Ciao Lucilla.
Lucilla, mi chiamo Elisa.
Elisa?
Sì,
Piacere.
un piacere.
Ciao ragazzi. Scusate il ritardo che c'era un evento che stava iniziando qui, sono riuscita a liberarmi solo ora. Ma quindi siamo tutti italiani?
Parlando in inglese.
Stiamo parlando in inglese.
Ma io volevo parlare in inglese, mannaggia. Vabbè.
Il verbale lo stiamo facendo in inglese comunque.
Ok.
Varie persone che stanno seguendo YouTube e comunque il documento, essendo un network un po' internazionale, è meglio se lo teniamo in una lingua comune.
No, anzi, meglio. Ora sto recuperando il file.
Sì, stavamo vedendo i punti da fare oggi. Ok, switch all'inglese così posso vedere anche perché ci segue. We were welcome Lucilla. Lucilla is connecting from Bari.
Hi.
From Scuola Open Source. Lucilla, we were setting up a little agenda for today. And the first thing I proposed was to read the first session we had, that is a little bit a resume of what happened during these months.
Okay.
What was the process of this idea during this month, and then maybe reading this, we open new topics, we open new tasks and stuff.
Okay.
And then the idea was also with this session to set up a calendar for next meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, we do see what comes up while we start discussing about it.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm.
I have a little observation. In Mexico City, there are in Mexico in general, because there are the different components of this this connection. There are meeting only week with the different component of the Civic Innovation School. And for me, it's very interesting divided the connection. And if the local connection is only week and the global connection is only 2 weeks, 2 wait in the month, I think that is good.
Yeah, we will see. We set up the calendar later, I think.
Okay.
We can see. Our idea was to have once a month for now, and we'll see if we need to accelerate or have more. But it's a good idea. I will write it down. Actually, start putting it down. The calendar. We can say that the first proposal, and then we will check it. But the first proposal is to meet every 2 weeks or every month, something like this. And then we will see later, okay?
So we're going to read the first session here on the report document.
Yes, this was the idea. Why this? Because um, the first thing we had with Domenico was just a resume of what was the idea,
Mhm.
in general, what was the process we already started, because it's a proposal that we did to you guys in Bari, to Mexico. So we already had some ideas around that, but it wasn't formally down. So we didn't do a document, but we started discussing. So we will see. We need to have a formal document, or we will build it together later. So if you're okay, guys, we can take a look at the last time. What we start. I start telling you what was following the meeting minutes, and we can start putting points to discuss, to develop, or we can start actually a discussion on each point we already touched, and we put it on the meeting section of this session. Okay. The idea was to about this first proposal we did was to have a starting point for the network. No, so this kind of we everything we put down is open, and we can change. We tried to give a very first and small definition of Civic Innovation School, and we thought about it as an institution first, and about civic innovation, collective intelligence, and open design. So I think it's important to we wanted to highlight the importance of this civic innovation school as an institution. Is an institution able to change its shape, its governance, depending on who gets in and who contributes. So, as a first, please interrupt me, and we can start discussing on each point, on each things we are saying. So the first idea is to this idea of the institution is proposed by the community of Civicwise, but it's as all the project of Civicwise, it's open to everyone, also if it's not part of the community. Of course, in agreement with its governance model and its values. Actually, we did a thought about the general structure, and then we entered also in a proposal for the governance model, and also for a first kind of resources we can have to start this process. The idea is to create a coordination team, okay, that will manage the governance and the projects. In this sense, the platform of Civicwise is available to develop all the governance and all the management of this project, and also if the project is autonomous, as we said. So I mean, people who is not part of Civicwise can be part of the same coordination team. Also, we set up a first statement about the content, I mean the data and the acknowledgement created by the Civic Innovation School, that we propose that are under a free license by share alike. I mean that all the contents are free, but we wanted to set it up now, no, immediately. I mean, everything that we produce is under free license, and in the sense that everyone who is part of the network can sell it and use it as he prefers, but always with a share by share like license. We also define how it could be a global network, and in this sense, we intend we made two difference between who can joins the Civic school. So we intended partners and nodes and local nodes. Okay, so partners are people. I'm reading the text, so it's boring, but partner are people, informal or informal group or particular, and also entities that develop the Civic Innovation School activity and services locally or globally. And then we intend local nodes as the physical structure, as a civic space, where a Civic Innovation School develops its activity. So we made this difference or this definition because we think it's very important for the local dimension and the impact on territories. To understand that Civic Innovation School is a service that can bring service to a global scale and like online courses and stuff, but it's very important that has also a local node and an interface within territories. Let's see what else. If you have any question, or we can start discussing some of these points. It will be very interesting. In this sense, we want to also give a very we want to highlight that the value, the special value, as we say, we wrote here, is the autonomy of the local partners or the local nodes. So the project, this is the local dimension, is thought as a global coordination model. Okay, that keeps fully autonomy in the local territories, in the local nodes and the local partners, okay, in the territory. So we can, in this way, we think we can also put together the online activities and the physical and activities. Here is one thing to develop that we were thinking, that's maybe one thing that we can focus on the next meetings, that is to define the targets of the partnership and how is the process and protocol for people and institutions to get involved and be part of the governance. So we think that this is one thing that we have to develop all together. All the people that are starting this. In this sense, we recognize that there is a starting point. Okay, that there is people who starting this, and there will be people who join. So we, as a starting point and a starting group, we want to focus on this.
Francesco,
also,
may I also add that in a way it could be useful to think and to write it in this starting paper, which are maybe the benefits or the rewards to join this adventure, or to how to be part of it at different levels in a way, you know?
Yes.
As a space, as a single person.
Yes, it's of course.
Let's say like resources. Let's say just to write it down and then to think about it later.
I propose you this, Salario, if you want to write it in this meeting session, Okay, and also this part of defining the targets and also defining the reward that is what we offer and who do we offer for the people we are talking. And then we had also a very brief idea of about the website and the brand. This is always a proposal, and we thought that Civic Innovation School could it's good to have a brand, a website that will centralize the information about the activities, that promotes the brand as an institution, that offer visibility to the partners, that can communicate very clearly um, the local network and the multi-belong dimension. Okay, that is a crucial point because it's important to understand and to communicate very well this part. That can inform how you can have access to services, to researches, consulting, and the educational program that informs and connects about the local nodes and the partners and the activities. And for this we can, well, this is just a proposal. We can use the resources and the experience in this sense that we have with the civic design courses online. But in this sense, the idea is to have a web that where all the programs that are developed in civic innovation schools are centralized, but also you know, if I do an example, okay? But the idea is that we have this website of Civic Design School. I see a program located in a town in the I don't know, in the south of Italy, by a partner that develops this autonomously, and I have this information here, and I have all the information how to have access and stuff, and all the connection to the local partners. Okay, so this is a first idea. We have to work it on very well, but it's also a way to give the local dimension. Okay, but it doesn't have to be something that goes or overlaps the local autonomy. Okay.
Well, Francesco, according to this very first reflection, it's not clear, and it's not clear to me, but I don't know if it's clear for others. If the Civic Innovation School, let's say, start as a completely new program to develop all together from now, that also give new inputs to the civic design courses, for example. So it's just to fund.
Or
in a way is something that can aggregate even a single workshop that happenings during the year, for example. So it's like a submission also machine, you know, you can apply to promote your activity and to add it.
We developed it a little later where we talk about projects and the local nodes. But yes, that's the idea. We didn't thought about formats. I mean, this work we done preliminary, it's just the resume of the process we already activated, because in Valencia we are doing a serious and concrete proposal to the city council. Started, okay, the Civic Innovation School. So this is based on what we want to do, and we expand it a little bit to start our first proposal on how to coordinate it globally. Okay, so the idea is that the Civic Innovation School, we didn't thought up to now on sorry about this. We didn't thought about common formats or unique formats to propose in many locations. No, we thought to federate and offer and sell the projects that have focus on the aim of civic innovation school that are already promoted and already done by the local partner within the local nodes.
Okay, okay. So in a way, it's not the idea to start from zero, from scratch,
No,
but
no.
the idea is to trying to connect what is happening now, and to make it more in a way efficient. I don't know, something like that. Let's say.
Yes, the thing is that we are already doing.
Okay.
Okay, we are doing Valencia, so we just want to see if we can do it all together in many locations. But the very important thing is the autonomy of the locals and the global connection. This is the two dimension of the local dimension, no? The local coordination. There is a coordination that is global.
Mm-hmm.
These are to the platform of Civicwise, and there are the local projects and local partners that are autonomous.
Look, for local partners, you mean? No, let's say we mean also the civic design courses. They are like autonomous entities as
No, local design course is one of the projects. Would be one of the projects.
Okay, it's considered as a project. Okay, okay.
So in this sense, we said also the communication is taught autonomous from the partners, from the partners, and will be managed by the governance team. And also we think that it needs to have its own channels on the social media, okay, as the is also our website. The projects. This idea of federating all the activities with the same aim, with a common aim that we build together in a global coordination in a unique program. That's why a unique website. That's why unique. I don't like a common website or a common. The fact is that everyone is autonomous, connected with the local. And we also listed here some things that we are doing already, right? Like the civic design courses of Civicwise that actually are a unique program already that we in 3 languages. The civic design summer camp that we are working on for the summer of 2018. There is a proposal of Techeredes of the courses that are online and physical to join the Civic Innovation School. I don't know if you guys know Techeredes, but it's a platform that promotes collaborative methodologies, working methodologies. And also there is this project training done by Civic Paris. I don't know much about this, but it's a project about civic innovation in Paris, done by the Circle of Paris. And also we listed the first local nodes that we could count on. So Loom in Paris, that there are these projects are going on, and also it's a base for the design courses in France. We set up also school open source as a prototype. We did this in Civic meeting on Civic design courses or also in Italian. We had a digital meeting there, so this could be one of the formats that can be developed together between 2 partners, for example. No? One partner is Civicwise, the other one is SOS, open source, and we can do something together. That's also one example. And then there is Factoria Civic in Valencia here, that has also focused on this, just to tell you what's going on here. La Base in Guadalajara, is also connected also there, and while we can keep adding it anymore. So,
Francesco, sometimes the volume of your voice go down.
Yeah.
It's something strange. I don't know. Try to fix it.
I try to close the window.
Because when you start to speak, it's good. Then when you continue, it's going down. It falls down.
So there is something that you didn't understand?
No, but it's hard. It's just simply sometimes hard to follow the sentence. Just this.
Okay, it goes lower and please interrupt me. So up to now, any reflection, any before entering the governance model or the governance proposal?
Well,
when we say that local nodes, partners, and projects shouldn't be incongruent with the SIS governance, have we already defined very clearly the, let's say, the values? Because to say that you are not congruent with this mission, we need, of course, the statement as for Civic-wise, for example, as we did before for Civic-wise.
Well, I think that's why that's exactly the local dimension. I mean, that's why we need to set up a calendar, and we need to understand how we create the governance about the project and stuff. Because that's why you can share the values, how you can share the values with the other partners and stuff, not just a manifesto that you sign. No, it has to be, I think it has to be something more relational and more big actually relational with the partners. And also I think yes, of course, we need to focus on the definition of what is Civic Innovation School.
Yeah.
We need to go to this. This is not. I mean, what we wrote down. It's not a statement. It's up to now how we meant it and how we started.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is a opening point and a starting point, and from there we start. It's also not useful to start this is a good focus, and I think we should write it down on the meeting notes because it's I think it's not useful to start a calendar of sessions of meetings to develop the theoric idea of Civic Innovation School. I think it's much more interesting doing it by acting. So start looking to putting format together, connecting the activities, and starting to relate ourselves each other through the actions, through the activities we do in many spaces, many local nodes. No,
yeah, but I think that the first, let's say, the first values or manifesto, diciamo, a beta manifesto is just the mapping of all the actual experiences involved and all what they share for now. So it's the first draft of a possible manifesto that can be every time implemented or changed, of course.
Yes, but I mean we are here because we share a lot like openness, inclusiveness, open design, and open source methodologies, and this. So it's not useful to start a discussion only on this, but it's more useful to start, also, as you say, to put together what we are already doing in this sense, and then keep working on better.
Yeah, I think that, sorry if I interrupt you, Francesco. I think that, yeah, it's nice if Civic-wise, as well as the nodes, no, not the nodes, the partners, maybe can share their view, their tools, their methods, in order that the nodes can go on, but not imposing anything. I mean, as Saverio said, then they can, while doing it, they can generate a manifesto of what they're doing. And the role of Civic-wise should be like to enable these processes, no? I don't know if you think the same. And as a School Open Source, as a partner, we can share all of this to the group that wants to do this here, for example. But what I want to say is that, yeah, I think it's that the nodes should understand how to do that in their own territory, doing that job that we said here in Bari of translating the global into the local, creating the local in what they're doing.
Yeah, but look at that. Maybe it is not understanding, but Civic is a partner as of the others.
Sorry?
Not Civic is a partner as all the others. It is not. It simply started from. It's something that we try always to do. Making a statement about that there is a starting point. If someone started a process, doesn't mean that person, that partner, is above the others. It's just a partner that started a proposal. So Civic proposed this and started this and started the first parts of the coordination.
But I think that the statement is like the goal to achieve for all the people that are starting the project, just this new adventure, let's say.
Yeah.
Not just to start from a statement, just to reach it. Working on, because if you need, let's say, to present, to sell the idea, it needs to be clear what's behind that. If you want to activate a new summer school in Rome, just describe what's behind this.
Yes, of course.
This format. Just let's say.
It's not, I think, translation. As you said, I wouldn't see it as a translation of the global dimension into local. I see it also.
No.
I see more on the other side.
I mean, I don't know how it's gonna be. I really don't know how it's gonna be.
No, excuse me, sir. I see it also that we put together all our local experience, local activities, and trying to get to a more efficient global coordination. Then Civic start the proposal of coordination, but it's not mandatory. I mean, also here in the governance, we said that what we are proposing now is to, let me see where you wrote it, in the resources. In the chapter of resources, we said Civic is the context where they start this proposal starts. Right. We can take advantage of some things that are its community, its platform and tools, the home on the heritage of its online courses, and the proposal and activation of the citizen school in Valencia. Okay, that it's starting. What we offer now is to coordinate the preliminary phases, to develop the beta of the web page, and to start finding the resources, especially from the Valencia local proposal. Okay, because we are proposing here, what we are proposing here is already the local network to the city council of Valencia. So we propose also the activity in Valencia, but we are already proposing it and as a global coordination, as a global network.
Yeah.
So what we can do, what we offer now is this, the preliminary phases, and then also in the chapter 1 we said we have to understand how every node, for example, contributes to the global governance and vice versa. How the global governance contributes to the local nodes financially. Right? It's a double way that we have to understand.
Reciprocal.
Okay. And also, we said that the governance is open. We propose it because we know we can now have the resources to do it. That's why we propose it, right? So we propose it following the model of Civic, like distributed, open. I didn't put too much things here because we wanted to start the discussion and we want to start to build it together. But I think, I don't know if I clarified a little the thing. It's, the proposal is it has a very concrete context that are these preliminary phases. Okay, so because now we have the resources, we are trying to find the resources to start the global coordination.
Okay. I think that also Civic-wise could offer, as I said, like the partners for these initiatives in order that the nodes just know that they are supported in some way about doing what they want to do, which is like workshops or projects or anything else. What do you think? Like, as Saverio was saying, like to map some realities that could support this process of the born of the Civic Innovation School, like SOS, for example.
But no, I didn't understand the first part of your question.
I was talking about what can Civic-wise could offer in the chapter about resources.
Okay.
It could also offer like some partners, like a map of partners that could enable the process of creation of the innovation school. I mean, in our example, in our case, I think that the node could be the guys of the that participated to Incontro Civico and are still now having meetings here in order to understand how to, you know, to do something about what we started.
We offer a local engagement. Okay, I understand what you say. Yes, of course, if there is a local circle of Civic-wise who is interested, I mean, if you don't, let's go very practical, okay? Because we are getting much theoretical. The case of school open source, we know it very well, And up to now, you also told us that you don't have resources to follow this project now. You mean people, right?
Yeah.
That was something that came out in Bari the last time we met. Of course, there is a local circle that can work closely inside the within with open source to do this. Okay, but it's always up what we are trying to. I mean, financially now, right now we are trying to finance the global network. I mean, you cannot think about paying someone to work on a local node. You understand? But we can think about how to build up um, um, an activity that can fund this body. We can find the financial resources and body. That's what we can do together, I think. Also with the people of Civic in body. But
I didn't get the last thing you said about body.
I mean, we can think about how to propose an activity at Civic Innovation School that can give resources and financial resources to school open source to do it. In this sense, we need to understand how is the connection between locals and the global coordination. No, also financially.
Yeah.
You understand? Of course, I mean, there is people in body of Civic-wise that would be interested. I can move forward, but that's why it's important to have autonomous local nodes. The partners and the partners have to be autonomous because the thing is that you guys are already doing a lot of stuff that can go in the global program. Okay, so it's not about building up something new. It's to understand, to build up a governance that can relate the things we are already doing everybody, okay, in a global coordination under the umbrella and the aims and the communication and the impact, global impact.
Yeah.
There is could be a little bit confusing because Civic-wise use a local node and also on the global network. That's why we can little bit make there some confusion. But I wouldn't see it very. I mean, there is people in Bari that was interested in this, and I think it's up to us to give a good recognition also locally for this. But if you don't have the resources right now, that's where we can find it. I mean, people, no.
Yeah, I think that I totally agree with what you say, and also with the autonomy of everyone. But yeah, you need to create the context in which then people do things. For example, as a school open source, as you also said, we don't have like the human resources to think about this. But there are people here in Bari connected to the Civic-wise network who wants to probably to do this. So we can do this together. But as I said, we can do what we have, what we already have. You know it. But as I said, we need this work to integrate everything. We can just be ourselves, and you can just throw the Civic-wise on us. We need to find a halfway between this. So of course, we as we already said here in Bari, we just need to practically do this, understand how to make these informations flow. I think this is a good start. The draft you make, and for sure I will share with the guys here in Bari in the next meeting next week and collect their feedbacks, and let you know what they think and how they think to start this. I think this is a good example, because we have here all to try this, to understand how this could work, you know? And so that's what I can do. I'm just sorry they're not here today, because you know, there is Biennale in Roma, and they seems to be very busy this week, but I will talk to them next week and give you feedbacks about this whole process.
We have to build up a calendar to have another meeting for sure. I don't know if we want to enter in the project governance, but this is a proposal, and it's how we usually, how we think to develop the global coordination, right? The team organizing with different roles. I think this is just to read, and then we can work on. Right now, as we said, me and Domenico are working on this preliminary phase.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't formalize the team, and we usually have a preliminary phase. We start doing it, and then once the project starts, we define a team. So maybe in the next session we find a platform. No, not before, but
Sorry, in the next meeting, your voice is down.
Sorry. In the next meeting, we could start thinking about the coordination team. No, right now, me and Domenico,
Okay.
It's working in progress. I think I want to highlight some few things of this, that we have roles within the coordination team, in the project, but everyone has the freedom to change within the same project the roles whenever he wants, whenever he wants. This is very important. And the roles are not, there is no hierarchy, and simply it defines a little bit the responsibility and the tasks. The coordinator is the person who has the commitment to build up the connection, the communication, internal and external, about the project, and it has also the last, is the final responsible for the project, and one or more. Okay, and then there are collaborators that are also responsible about producing the content and to develop the project and the tasks. But this difference of the responsibility is not a hierarchy. It's actually very important, because if not, we lose the focus. And then participants, they just the person who are interested in helping, and usually in our governance, but we didn't put it here. Okay, I just want to mention it. We only coordinators and collaborators get paid. Participant is someone who is in the platform, wants to help, wants to join, and can participate in the hangouts and all the definition stuff. It's the same rights to the definition and contribution, but has no commitment actually. Has a very, very low commitment. So but we didn't write it down because of the governance of the also depending on the resources we found. And then that's it. I mean, as I said, right now, Civic can coordinate the preliminary phases, start developing the web page, the beta of a web page, and find the resources from the Valencia proposal to do this. This is our idea. And of course, if there are other resources by local parts that want to be put in the project, I'm more than welcome. But we understand that is because we started and we want to dedicate uh, something on it. Also because Valencia is already running, okay? Because we are doing a very clear proposal, as I said before, and what we are proposing is not only the activation of some courses or some activities in Valencia, but is the global network and the connection of these activities within a higher and wider perspective of collaboration. So, this is we are next week we have a meeting to the United University Council. So we are very passionate about it. And then we set up an idea of calendar. Also, Elisa was proposing something before. We propose to have a monthly meeting until local camp. Local camp will be in the beginning of July, and for us, the 2 points would be a moment to develop this idea, or so we said we can have another 1 or 2 meetings before that, but this is just a proposal. We can decide it together. And also, we have already set up some milestones that are the launch of the new courses in September. Of course, the kickoff of the course will be in January of the next year, and the Civic Design Summer Camp next summer. Why we do this? Because we are really thinking that for now all the activities of Civic is about programming will be under Civic Innovation School. So this is I think that we understood it's very powerful. Also after the Bari, and after this experience of the combination of the 3 courses online, we are coming to this heritage, and that's what we offer and what we put on. So Sarah, sorry, Lisa, you shared a file, but I couldn't open it. What was that about?
Se los pido en español porque en inglés sale patético. Nosotros estamos en el proceso de gestionar lo que es la red Civicwise en México. Aprovechamos mucho la llegada, les cuento un poco cómo nos ha ido hasta ahorita, ¿no? Para que tengan un poco un panorama y ahí pues comentarle todo.
Per un secondo, Elisa, tu riuscì a trattare lo spagnolo?
9.
Alla fine faccio un piccolo riassunto in italiano.
No, ma poi un po' si capisce, tranquillo.
Parlo piano. O se preferite, non lo so, perché è un po' lungo. Entonces, ok. Desde que vino Domenico aquí en México, hemos logrado hacer varias conexiones entre las personas que participamos al curso de diseño cívico y la conexión que se hizo muy rápidamente con la UNAM, la universidad, y la institución de la base. Entonces nos hemos juntado justo para ir viendo qué hacíamos juntos. Y de ahí pues han salido muchas palabras claves, dentro de ellos una escuela de innovación cívica, dentro de ellos el tema de armar una red entre distintos actores de México, no solo de la Ciudad de México, haciendo cosas. Entonces, la plática alrededor de la red nos ha llevado también a platicar del tema de la Escuela de Innovación Cívica. Y rápidamente nos hemos conectado con lo que es una institución, la academia, que es la UNAM, y su gran necesidad de innovar, no tanto entre los estudiantes, cuanto entre los docentes. Entonces, esta reflexión alrededor de la factoría, de la escuela ha sido como muy presente, y al mismo tiempo ha sido presente el tema de la red. Entonces, todo se está gestionando juntos y seguramente con una visión muy abierta, con ganas de crear de hacer un evento para septiembre, crear un proyecto, encontrar un lugar en la UNAM donde poder gestionar lo que es la escuela, al mismo tiempo hacer proyectos y al mismo tiempo hacer proyectos de pequeña y grande escala, hacer proyectos con y para la UNAM, hacer el tema de la investigación. Lo que quiero decir es, creo que se van como juntando muchos temas, donde el tema de la Escuela de Innovación Cívica tiene como varios bracitos, varias oportunidades de desarrollo, y seguramente el texto que han redactado Francesco y Domenico nos van a ayudar mucho como a tener una línea común, como bien están diciendo, y creo que la actuación en territorio se va a diferenciar mucho de cada ciudad, cada grupo de trabajo y lo demás. Pero creo que ahí el documento que les he compartido, ahí vienen un poco nuestros avances, no son muchos, pero nos ha llevado como a reflexionar y más que todo, lo primero que estamos haciendo antes de pensar en cómo hacerlo, o como decir, más que todo, cuáles son las reglas que seguir. Lo que estamos buscando es ver quién son los integrantes y cada uno que lleva la mesa para con estos ingredientes ir construyendo lo que es una idea de red y una idea de Red México y también una idea de escuela cívica, ¿no? Creo que lo estamos viendo un poco al revés y esto que están comentando Francesco nos va a ayudar mucho también a, pues seguramente a hacer que cada proyecto local pueda tener una línea común y espero, nos encantaría tener también conexiones en las mismas escuelas cívicas, ¿no? Tener momentos como fue el Civic Maratón o otros para poder hacer esas conexiones. En esto, por ejemplo, no habíamos pensado, ¿no? No viene ahí en la conexión que pensaba era más a nivel México y creo que una visión más abierta podría ser aún más interesante, ¿no? Que sea con los nodos que están ahí o los demás que se vayan a integrar. Entonces, pues nosotros ahorita estamos en este proceso justo de bajar un poco, de juntar personas y de ver qué sale de esos encuentros, de vaciar ideas, vaciar contenidos. Y seguramente, pues, una de las cosas que urge es tener los básicos para empezar a subirlos a la red, para que más personas se enteren, para que sea más claro. Una vez que está en el papel, no importa que sea digital, pues es ya más definido. Y repito, creo que con esto nos va a ayudar mucho en las sesiones que vamos a tener mañana y espero tengamos una física antes del miércoles, ya que Luis va a estar de paso aquí en la Ciudad de México para estar trabajando en esto. Perdón.
No, tranquila, me parece muy, muy fuerte, o sea, me parece genial porque estamos haciendo la misma cosa, pero sin ni siquiera hablarnos antes. ¿Esto qué ha pasado? No, pero creo que, bueno, y ahora sí, el tema es encontrar cómo trabajamos entre nosotros. Yo creo que no paso al inglés, ¿vale?
Sí, usa.
I think no, it's good. The things you are doing in Mexico are exactly the same approach we are doing in Valencia, and the same approach we started the global network. So I think what we need to do now is to give us a little bit of space and time to create this relation, global relation, because we don't have, an urgency to do it, because we are already doing it. Okay, everyone in its territory, everyone in its local node, as you want to call it. But we need a little bit of coordination just to understand what we were saying. and what was Saverio saying, if you want to talk about this Civic Innovation School, what can we, entre comillas, sell? What can we...
What? Entre... What is entre comillas? What it means?
Tra virgolette.
Okay.
I don't know how to say in English.
Entre comillas.
Entre comillas.
Sembrava una parola unica, vabbè.
No, what we want, how we show also what we are doing. No, that's why we did a proposal to start a beta web page. This is something we can do faster. We didn't schedule it, as you said. We didn't put it as a milestone actually because we want to talk it all together. But it's something we can do. And also in Valencia, for example, our proposal is to start in September, October with activities with the city council. So we are already doing it, and it is wonderful. What I suggest now, because it was a little intense this session for me, also because I spoke a lot and I don't really like it. I propose you to set up another meeting. Mm-hmm. And to see a little bit the calendar, but of course we can keep debating, but I think this is what we need to do, set up other meeting and start talking about, giving us the time also to start sharing documents, because I think that next week we are doing the proposal to the city council here, so we will share it in the channel of Civic Innovation School so everybody can read it, and I hope you will do the same. And I hope that now Lucilla left, but I hope also that we can start sharing with them also. And that's it. Sorry, what were you saying?
I think that it's maybe in the next hangout could be nice to share, for example, or maybe just starting from these two cases. Three cases: Valencia, Mexico, and the Scuola Open Source in Bari. Just to, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes each to describe the experience and the methods behind. For example, I know Scuola Open Source. I know that they can say a lot because they started their own experience maybe in the same way. They find the governance, methodology, tools, communications from the basic. Maybe it could be nice to exchange this knowledge, because I know that, you know that maybe, but I don't know if the others that join the Hangouts or the Civic Innovation School project knows that. So
I'm writing it down in the...
Yeah. Yes. If it's possible next time for them to be present, it could be very useful.
Yeah, it would be good to start talking more on what we are doing. Today we really focused it on a proposal, and I think it was good because we have a base to start, no? And then everything we said could be reviewed. And then there are some notes here about the... I'm looking at the notes we took, and there are very few, but they are all around about how do we connect the partners, can we start sharing the activities we are already doing. This is the crucial point, I think. So when can we set up a meeting? What do you think, guys? Because what we think it will be very, very powerful will be the local camp in July. That it's for us, it's a meeting very important, and there we will certainly work on the Civic Innovation School. So it would be good to have something to go there with, and of course everyone is invited to join. Elisa, I don't know if you hijack a plane or something.
Can we
No, this is
can we propose the 15th of June as this next hangout to share these experiences, for example? Is again is a day like today, but in the
yeah,
middle
or in
of
1
June.
month, the 22nd. Because, for example, in Valencia, that week we will have we will have an answer about the Civic Innovation School here.
Okay, so you need time there.
We need a little time.
Okay, so maybe we can
say the 22nd, and then maybe that is exactly, it's always Thursday, and then maybe we can fix another one before local camp. So we'll be very closer, maybe in a couple of weeks. Then we another one just before local camp.
Okay, so we can put on the 22nd for the, I don't know, 7 p.m., 8 p.m., something like that.
We can stay with this time, I think, 7 p.m. Then also, of course, we discuss it on the channel and also with other people. But 1 month is enough to schedule it for everybody, to have a wider public, Elisa, ¿qué piensas?
Está bien. Para nosotros los horarios nocturnos de España son un poco castrosos, pero de Europa en general. Pero pues me puedo organizar, no hay ningún problema. Si nos organizamos un poco antes, no hay ningún problema. Y pues estar en Barcelona para el Google Camp estaría increíble, pero es tan fácil para nosotros.
No, me lo imagino, no, es broma, de verdad. Que...
sí, no, yo sé.
A mí me gustaría estar ahí alguna vez, ¿sabes?
Cuando quieran.
Cuando harán el Local Camp en México.
Sì, si mettono nelle valigie di Domenico, anche se sono così piccole che ci ficcano.
Grande che dicevo.
Entonces sería el próximo 5 de junio, decían.
22 de junio.
22, perdón. 20, sí, ok. It's good. Un jueves igual.
22 de junio. Bueno, no sé, igual a mí yo tengo la impresión de haber hablado demasiado en esta sesión, pero se ha entendido algo, o sea, dejamos un poco las impresiones también que salgan un poco así, ¿no?
Sí, pienso que era muy importante tener esa parte, ¿no? La retroalimentación de ese documento. Creo que estuvo muy bueno para mí, para tenerlo claro y también ver los puntos claves y de ahí poder, la próxima vez, como dice bien Saverio, empezar con esa reflexión, ¿no? De cada uno y ver entre todos cómo lo vamos articulando y cómo lo vamos adaptando un poco a cada realidad, ¿no? O qué le podemos poner de más, no sé.
Me parece muy bien. I think it's good to have a reflection, and then next time we catch up with each one reflection and it's and proposals or stuff. Okay, guys, podemos saludarnos.
Así.
No? What do you think? It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you for your time, Mario and Lisa and Lucilla and everyone else.
Thank you too.
And you are very welcome.
Okay. Having contact with Slack, no?
Yeah, in touch with Slack. Just for everybody to know, if anyone wants to have access to the documents, just ask it for Slack and we give the access in Drive. The folder of Civic Innovation School, it's in the Drive of Civic Wire, so you can find it, and nothing else, I think. Have a good Thursday night. For you, it's afternoon. Elisa, but enjoy it.
Enjoy your lunch. Vabbè. It's early. Okay. Aperitivo.
Vabbè, dai, ragazzi, facciamo italiano, cazzo, stiamo parlando inglese, stiamo parlando inglese tutto il tempo.
Bye to the English listeners.
Qua guardo su YouTube, non ci sta guardando nessuno, per cui possiamo tranquillamente sbaccare.
Vabbè, però è sempre podcast per il futuro.
Grazie ragazzi, e scusate un po' la difficoltà a parlare in inglese, però spero presto tenere un po' più di scioltezza, così anche con Lucilla sarà più facile comunicarci.
Beh no, per giugno in dialetto proprio campano. Cioè, non è che...
Per quello non c'è nessun problema. Domenico sempre si ride un po' del mio italiano, perché dice che non sono più di quelle zone.
Lui
sì, perché dice che ho perso molto l'accento.
Sì, no, lui invece è ferratissimo.
Ma ha ragione. Bisogna essere locali.
Certo.
Bene, ciao a tutti ragazzi, un abbraccio.
Buona serata.
Ciao, a presto.
A voi, presto. Ciao, grazie.
Ciao.
Ciao.